Iborn. First of all, I would like to wish for the 34th National Raw Mood as we are celebrating 100 years of Rover Scouting in Sri Lanka. Thank you very much for the invitation to talk to you on this celebration occasion. When I was a scout in my childhood, I was interested to go hikes with my fellow scout to see the natural beauty of our biodiversity. And I'm still continuing this passion with me. After seeing the award winning documentary film, Why Do I Hike? I have decided to give this talk as Let's Hike and Explore Our Amazing Biodiversity in Sri Lanka. Why are people talking about our biodiversity and its conservation? There are several reasons for it. Western Ghats of India and Sri Lanka together considered as one of the 36 biodiversity hotspots in the world. A spot, in other words, is irreplaceable. There are two strict criteria for naming biodiversity hotspots in the world. It must have at least 1500 vascular flowers as endemics. In other words, it must have high percentage of plant life found nowhere else on the planet. The second one is it must have 30% or less of its original vegetation. In other words, it must be threatened. Biodiversity is a term used to describe the enormous variety of life on Earth. It can be used more specifically to refer to all of the species in one region or ecosystem. Biodiversity refers to every living thing, including plants, bacteria, animals, and humans. As you can see in this slide, biodiversity is related to many things. There are three levels of biodiversity such as genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecosystem diversity. Technically, we are all related, at least on a genetic level. Some species, of course, they are more genetically alike than others, which is why you often see comparison drawn between monkeys and humans. For example, species diversity is the variety of species within habitat or region. Species are the basic unit of biological classification, and this is the normal measure of biological diversity. Ecological diversity is the intricate network of different species present in local ecosystem and the dynamic interplay between them. An ecosystem consists of organisms from many different species living together in a region and their connection through the flow of energy, nutrients, and matter. As a hiker, I would like to suggest you to plan hikes to see our ecosystem diversity in Sri Lanka. According to the Biodiversity of Sri Lanka research paper, as seen on this table 1, there are 8 coastal ecosystems, 3 inland aquatic systems, 6 natural forest ecosystems, and 6 natural grassland ecosystems found in our motherland. Moreover, the map in the left-hand side shows the forest and habitat types in Sri Lanka. Also, these two maps show the floristic zone in Sri Lanka. These are the places you can hike to see our ecosystem's diversity. I'll show you some photographs too in coming slides to get an idea about our ecosystem diversity. Coral reefs, seagrass beds. You can hike to see salt marshes, lagoons and estuaries. Also mangroves around our coastal area. You can walk along the seashores to see sand dunes in Boondala, Panama, Komari and Sangamankanda. Try to go to Rakau Conservation Beach to see marine turtles. Also, you can hike Singaraja, Kannali and Nakyadaniya to see our tropical lowland wet evergreen forest. When you hike between 1000 to 1500 meters above the sea level in the mountain, you can see tropical submontane forests such as Sunasgiri and the Knuckles Range. You can see tropical mountain forests when you hike in the mountain tops, such as Pidrutalagala, Sripad, Hakal, Kikilima, and so on. This photo shows the tropical moist evergreen forest in Randhenigala. You can go to Ritikal to see dry monsoon forests. If you go to the arid zone or the northwest or the southeast of the island, you can see scrub forest and associated animals such as Boondal National Park for bird watching. Riverine forests in our rivers and streams in the island. You can hike to see wet butternut grassland in Horton Plains, dry butternut grass in Knuckles Range or the Hantana Mountain Range. Also, you can see willows and marshes. Finally, our reservoirs, tanks, lakes, and ponds to see our biodiversity. Species diversity in Sri Lanka. As you see in this table, there are around 3,000 species of flowering plants in our small country. Among them, there are nearly 29% of endemic flowering plants. Also, a high percentage of endemic animal species found in Sri Lanka, such as 74% of scorpions, 49% of spiders, 98% of freshwater crabs, 67% of damselflies, 87% of land snails, 48% of freshwater fishes, 89% of amphibians, and 68% of inland reptiles. Let's see some photos of them. Scorpions and spiders, freshwater and marine crabs, dragonflies and damselflies, bees and ants, butterflies, moths, land snails, freshwater and marine fish species, amphibians, reptiles and birds, mammals. Why are we identifying plants and animals? Scientists have estimated that there are around 8.7 million species of plants and animals in existence. However, only 1.2 million species have been identified and described so far, most of which are insects. This means that millions of other organisms remain a complete mystery. So you can help to identify plants and animals as you are hiking around the island. What do you need to record when you observe animals or the vegetation? Here's the basic list: time, date, locality, route, weather, habitat, microhabitat, arrival and departure times, vegetation, and general notes. Finally, you can have a list of species seen. If you don't have a phone to take photos, you can sketch your observation like these drawings. You can use different field guides or posters to identify flora and fauna in Sri Lanka. Also, you can use different websites and mobile apps to identify them. I would like to suggest using the iNaturalist.org website or iNaturalist mobile app to record your observation. The app is helpful for identifying species and confirming your species by 3 other naturalists, or suggesting a correct identification of the species that you uploaded. Now you can watch a short video clip about it.
Okay, so you've installed the iNaturalist app and created an account. Time to get outside and record your first observation. Here's how to do it. Any living thing, like a plant, animal, or fungus, can be an observation on iNaturalist. Once you find something you'd like to record, just tap Observe and take a photo. You can review your picture, then hit Next if it looks good. To identify it, hit What did you see? If you have an internet connection, iNaturalist will suggest 10 visually similar species and often a common ancestor. You can choose one of those or search for species name. On this observation detail screen, you can add more photos of the same organism or write a note. The date, time, and location have been automatically added. You can also change the geoprivacy of the observation, mark whether it's captive or cultivated, or add it to a project. Once you're finished, just hit Share, and your observation will be uploaded for everyone to see and identify. That's it. Keep on exploring and sharing.
Hope you enjoyed the talk and hope you see our amazing biodiversity in Sri Lanka when you're hiking. Thank you very much.